Hey friends, welcome in. Happy Taurus season. For all you Tauruses, happy birthday. This will be your general collective reading for the week of April 20th. Press that little ding ding, like and subscribe button. Okay, so let's jump in. Hello. You might feel like the universe is taking its boot off your neck. Boot off your neck. That's a freaking hallelujah. There has been immense pressure. There's been immense pressure. There's been tension. There's been hardships. There has been just freaking batshit energy. It might be like you've been trying to create a business, but you feel like you're stuck in mud. Maybe you've been trying to get a relationship going, but you continually, come across hiccups. You're doing your shadow work, but again, you just can't seem to unroot or untangle some knot that is holding you back. Well, this all changes this week. It all changes. And I mean, if you've been following the astrology or following me for that example, like this year has been so chocked full of very, very poignant points in our history to allow you to shift in big ways. And this week is one of them. So the universe is taking its boot off of your neck, especially if you have placements, and this could be sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mercury, any of those main placements, right? Jupiter. If you have placements in Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. Now, I'm just going to say for me, my three main signs, my sun, my rising, my moon are Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo. My Lilith is in Scorpio. So I have been massively affected by this cycle that we're about to break. And I'm going to get into that with you. So if you are a fixed sign, if you are one of those signs, if they're in your sun, moon, rising, Mercury, all of those things, then specifically this reading is for you. Okay. So what's happening is Uranus, which is the wild child of the zodiac, right? It is a planet that really promotes freedom and change, and it's kind of eccentric, right? And it likes to feel like liberated from the norm, and it liberates just by living, right? It helps motivate and inspire others to be liberated. Well, for the past 7 years, Uranus has been stationed in Taurus. Now, Taurus is a very grounded, earthy energy. It likes what it likes. It knows what it knows. It feels comfortable. It's slow moving. It's stubborn, right? And I heard somewhere, and I don't remember where I heard it, like Uranus in Taurus is like, like a teenager, 20-year-old kid, like having to live with your parents. And like when you're going through that massive awakening stage, you're stuck in like a controlled environment when you just want to break free and do you. So it's like Uranus is moving out of Taurus and moving into Gemini, which Gemini is an air sign. Gemini is like, again, too, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, like cray, like it's inspirational, it's free, it's out of the box thinking. It's a lot of like ideas and like mental energy. Gemini, Mercury rules Gemini. So it's like free communication, doing things differently. And so like, yeah, Uranus is super excited to get into Gemini because like Uranus just like went off to college, or Uranus just got like his first house by himself or an apartment, or like things are popping off with Uranus and Gemini. Okay. So like if you have been feeling like, boot is on the neck or something for the last 7 years, guess what, baby? You're about to be free. You're about to be free. Now, However, we also have this energy since we moved into Taurus, right? Aries was like batshit fire crazy, like inspiration, like whoa, whoa, whoa. And now we're grounding some of that inspiration, right? I've been talking about, we're moving our ideas from the drawing board, from our idea boards, from our manifestation boards into the actual earth. We're planting our seeds, we're seeding our gardens. But this energy in Taurus is not only about seeding our gardens, but how can you sustain it? How can you nurture that, right? So it's not about necessarily doing more or acting on impulsive energy. It's doing things on purpose. It's doing things very intentionally. It's nurturing your dreams very intentionally. This energy requires follow through, right? You got to double down. You got to create a structure and a plan with this energy. And in doing so too, as we sink into this rooted energy, we are dropping away our batshit impulsive, people pleasing, the hustle culture, like efficient, like all that crap that's been like programmed in our brain. We're really releasing that, which is hard for a lot of us. And I'm going to do a whole separate video of this, of like how we're moving from this like 3D to the 5D. And it's not some kind of like crazy woo woo. We're actually shifting the way that we're living as humans, but we don't have a blueprint for it. So we're feeling a little confused. And one of the main principles here to be able to sustain this energy, which are these new seeds that we're talking about right now, is not hustle culture. It is living intentionally. It's living slowly. It's living joyfully. It's living creatively. It's living in the flow. It's connecting to a vibration and a frequency in your mind where you're feeling it in your emotions. You're seeing it, right? Play out into the future. And then you are choosing things that align with that vibration in your current life, which oftentimes means dropping away the bullshit of your life that doesn't support that. It's not about forcing. It's not about pushing through. It's about sustaining what is here, which you've already called in, and your seeds that are coming to you. It's about sustaining that thoughtfully, intentionally, maybe slowly. This isn't a race, right? We are nurturing something, but it has to have follow through. Okay. And it'll be easier because Uranus is slipping into Gemini. You're going to have a little bit more freedom. You're going to find that things flow a little bit easier. Maybe the ideas that you had, like amazing ideas, right, that you were having a really hard time planting are starting to come in, right? Maybe you're going to feel a little bit more safe or free to authentically be yourself, right? Or say the thing, right? In loving ways. So this energy is really exciting. And if you're specifically one of those people, for the past 7 years that have really had a rough go of it, raise his hand over here, especially because my sun, moon, and rising are all in those signs. Whew. And I feel it. I feel this release. I feel it coming. Was that Weekend song? It's coming, baby. It's coming. So let's jump into the cards. The first card we get, pre-shuffled, pre-pulled, just to roll us off. Our theme today is we get the number 1 card of abundance. Yep. I was like, mic drop. Yep, absolutely. Yep. And we're going to read about that there, right? So number 1s, we're in a number 1 year right now anyways. And number 1s are new beginnings. We're starting something new. We're seeding something. And like abundance oftentimes doesn't just like drop in our lap. No, it is the result of us aligning with those frequencies that we're calling in, right? And that slow work, that structure and foundation that supports these seeds of inspiration, divine inspiration that drop in. So we're beginning. And because of that, we reap abundance. So when you receive this card, know that fulfillment and prosperity are awakening in your life. Be grateful what you already have. Yes. And even more will flow to you. Attitude of gratitude. The Creator desires that you prosper in all areas of your life. A windfall is coming. And I want to say it's not coming again, just like a drop in. No, it's coming because you've been working the plan. And even in this Taurus energy, you're going to continue to work the plan. There are amazing opportunities around you, but you must be willing to nurture them, which we talked about, right? Outpouring of love, energy, finances are ahead. Believe that you deserve it. In your brain, if you find yourself talking negatively, saying like, oh, I don't deserve this, everything good just like washes away, literally at that moment, say to yourself, stop, delete, and then reprogram a new thought in your brain. Okay? Believe that you deserve it. Believe it in your brain. You have to believe it. The mind is the last thing so many times to get on board. The mind controls your reality for the most part, right, friends? It's a game. This matrix, this life is a game. Start with the mind, okay? Believe that you deserve it because you do. And whatever you focus on right now will grow in leaps and bounds. So take action in the direction of your dreams and trust your intuition because your life is blossoming. This is a time to work on lack mentality. So release fears around lack mentality, okay? This is a great time to make investments, right? Nurturing those things that you feel divinely inspired to go towards. Be generous. When you give, the universe gives back to you. So to support this, let's pull another card here. So let me know, do you have placements in Aquarius, Leo, or Taurus, or Scorpio? Have you been feeling a little stifled the past 7 years? Like, I mean, I have specifically for the past 11 plus. Crazy. But definitely the last 7. And I'm working on some new things to blossom, right? I'm finding my true north. That's what this card is. True north. Align your decisions with spirit's guidance to get direction. And it's you saying to yourself, I know the way to go. I know the way to go. All right. This is your actions are backing up your intentions. Exactly what we were talking about, right? Your actions, your implementations as a human supports your divine intentions, your divine downloads, and using your intuition to move and gather those divine downloads. And especially this month, using that action, that physical implementation to ground those intentions and that intuition into the earth and support it, love it, nurture it, right? Be generous with it and you'll see some blossoms. Yes. All right. So let's pull an angel card now to give us, this one just wants to pull out a little. Yeah. All right. And it's 121. We have the card of harmony. Harmony. Yes. When our mind, our emotions, and our body are all working together, when our actions align with our intentions and where our mind's at, we reap harmony, right? We get to experience harmony. Embrace harmony in your life. Seek balance between your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. I feel like that is a flipping mic drop right there, right? When you're on board, when you're in flow state, things feel good. Things feel effortless. And friends, that is one of the big things here. Oh, I got chills. One of the big things that Spirit is saying, like for this 5D, like using effortless flow, using intuition instead of like hustle culture, instead of like grind culture and all of that stuff, like that's not going to flip and work anymore. Like that is part of the old matrix. We are programming something different here. Oh my God. We are programming something different. And in this program, in this new kind of 5D reality, you really have to be in a state of flow. So the first one that came out here is the Queen of Wands. Like, hey, who's the spark plug? I'm going to say this too. We got the Empress. The Empress is the maiden, the mother, the birther. Like she's got the Midas touch. What do you see? What do you want to plant? Anything you put your attention on will grow. She's so divinely guided. She's so divinely plugged in. And you got the Queen of Wands with that. So it's like the Empress, like she's a freaking spark plug. So where are you being pulled to create? Where are you being inspired to act? What lights you up, man? What do you want to birth? Like it's time to jump into that energy. And to like square that, right? To pop that off, we get the High Priestess. And again, these two, come on, like What? You get into your feminine energy. It's time for you to create. It's time for you to birth. It's time for you to nurture, but in an exciting way, like something new, something adventurous, right? Something that like you're all in on, and it gets you pumped, and it gets those who hear you and see you pumped too, right? So like really lean into your intuition, really lean into your mama jamma magic, really lean into things that pop you off, like make your heart and your womb so excited to be here. I'm excited to be here, man. Okay. There's fast forward moving energy. Knight of Swords is coming through. Maybe some truth. And maybe as you're, kind of getting into your intuitive energy, owning, what you actually want to birth, like what lights you up, like what brings you into harmony, where your true north is, you're like, okay, I'm going to finally do the thing. I'm going to say the thing. So maybe there's some fast forward moving communication or thoughts or ideas or inspirations, truth that's coming through that offers you an opportunity for rebirth, but it might be fast. If it's a line, flow with it, right? Flow with it. If it feels good, flow with it. But Spirit wants you to be cautious right now. Oh my God, the devil! But devil represents, it could be shadows, attachment loops, patterns, behaviors, even external people, people that maybe aren't good for you, that might be throwing a wrench in your plans, right? That might be testing you a little bit. So make sure that you're really following your intuition and looking out or being aware for that devilish energy to stop you in your tracks. And Lord knows, like the light is building on our planet right now so massively, so intentionally, but we also have these counterattacks. And, a lot of times it's like an attack of the mind, a devil of the mind, a demon of the mind. A lot of times, it's like working through people that don't deserve your attention or thwarting your plans forward. Use your intuition. When you get red flags and warning signs, say no to the devil. And this is inside, call yourself out, and also set boundaries and call other people out that are affecting your energy. You're responsible for your energy. Remember, what you think up here, what you allow up here, oftentimes moves into your external energy. So be the master of your mind. And guess what? You're going to have your day, right? 7 years. And 7's the number of truth, right? I love that. 7 years that Uranus has been in Taurus. Now it's moving in Gemini. That's the truth card. And again, like we see that there's a rebirth of truth happening and you're getting balance. You're getting your like good karma. Karma is switching for you. And we saw that things are balancing out. The scales are balancing out. This sword of truth, something is being like, okay, judgment call, you know what I mean? And this is, I know it is in the judgment call, but you're having there's been a judgment made, right, of this switch, and you are now reaping justice. You're reaping the good rewards. And yes, you're going to have your abundant moment based on this flow. So keep facing your true north. You will move into a space of flow and harmony, but you must represent and embody an intuitive, creative, inspirational energy. That's not forcing. We flow with being mindful of the things that catch us up in our energy and don't want to take us back into our old ways of being. Nope. We are riding our horse of rebirth, carrying our sword of truth, and we are seeking justice, which again leads us to a space of abundance. All right, friends, this is your weekly reading. I hope everyone is well. I'm wishing you lots of love and blessings. Take care.